Welcome into the show. The man that averaged 37.6 points per game during the regular season for the bubble, 50% shooting from the field, 44% shooting from three-point range, the one and only Damian Lillard of the Portland Trail Blazers. Before I even get into this Western Conference Finals, because I know you've got a lot to say about that, you certainly had a lot to say about Patrick Beverly and Paul George via Twitter in light of them losing in Game 7 the other night to the Denver Nuggets. Talk about that for a second. What prompted you to comment like that the other night?
I wasn't even really watching the game. I started watching like in the third quarter. I honestly thought the Clippers was going to get it done. You know, they're a great team. And once I saw that they were down, I was like, man, this game getting interesting. So I kind of just tuned in at that point. And I got a tweet from CJ, and he was just like, man, you got some room in Cabo, you know, just kind of throwing a joke out there. Yep. So then I was like, man, if this really happened, this would be crazy if they really lose this game. And I just sent a tweet after that. You know, I was just being funny, man.
In light of the fact that y'all lost in the first round to the Los Angeles Lakers, how are you feeling about yourself and your team's prospects moving forward, considering Denver, the Clippers will be back, the Lakers obviously will be back? What does next year look like for you personally in light of what you saw you guys do in the bubble?
I don't think anything really changes. Last year, I think Denver was a great team. I think they were the 2 seed last year, and we played them in the second round, Game 7 as well. But I think it's going to be competitive in the West always. You know, it's always going to be a hard time, and we always up for that challenge. You know, I feel fine. I think coming into the bubble, I said it before we got there, if we have a chance to make the playoffs, then, you know, I'm going to be there 10 toes down, and I'm going to give you my best. And I think I did that. And obviously we ran into the best team there. So it was tough for us. We had our work cut out, and we came up short. You know, we don't make no excuses. It was what it was. They outplayed us. They got us out. And we just looking forward to the next one now.
As you look at this Western Conference matchup between the Lakers and the Denver Nuggets, who are you favoring? What do you think is going to be necessary in order to get to the finals?
I think like anybody else, I would favor the Lakers. But you got to respect Denver. You know, I think what Jamal Murray's been doing, obviously Jokic, the way he, you know, passes the ball, he scores in the post, he makes threes, you know, just a crafty big man. You know, he's trouble for anybody, especially when he's doing everything. But I think, you know, what the Lakers have thrown out there against the Rockets, they did it against us, you know, where they show attention to the guards. You know, if you're a scorer, if you're a dominant guard, they're not going to allow you to play free. They're going to send bodies your way. They're going to make you play against a crowd. They're going to keep fresh bodies on you. And I think that's what Jamal Murray should expect. I saw it. James Harden saw it. And I think he'll get the same thing. And I also feel like having AD guarding Jokic, you know, he's capable of guarding Jokic, or at least giving him a hard time with his length and athleticism. And then you got JaVale McGee you can put on him, and you got Dwight Howard you can put on him. Even LeBron can take some reps on him. Like, they have bodies and people with ability to give him a hard time. But Denver, they move that ball. They play together. You know, they got that spirit, and, you know, they're going to have a chance.
Let me go back to Jokic, and I don't mean this in an insulting fashion because he is big time, but it's like he can't jump from the street to a curb or on a curb. And for some reason, he seems absolutely positively unstoppable. Can you explain to me why no one can guard this guy? What is the issue? What is it about him?
I mean, skill. You know, he takes and makes awkward shots, timing. And he thinks the game. You know, he's not trying to use his athleticism or speed to do anything. You know, he's constantly thinking the game and manipulating foul calls and doing sneaky stuff. You know, he'll shoot it when you don't expect him to shoot it. He'll shoot it off the right leg. You never know when he's going to shoot or pass. So I think that presents a challenge for anybody. It's similar to how Zach Randolph was. Like, this dude had 14 rebounds, 26 points and 14 rebounds, and he playing below the rim the whole time. Not really athletic. You know, he just finds a way to get it done. I think Jokic is similar and just has that knack for scoring and rebounding and seeing the plays as it's happening or before it happens. And it's tough to deal with.
Last question for you. With no interior defense, no rim protector on Denver per se, who do you anticipate will have the biggest series? Anthony Davis or LeBron James?
I think LeBron. I think at this point, I thought LeBron against us, he had the first game, it was like a filling out process. And then as the series went on, I think he became more of a problem for us. And then in the second round, it was the same. You see him chase down blocks. You see how dominant he was in that series when you got a chance to watch it. And then going into this series, I think he was probably expecting to see the Clippers. And not that, he's looking down on Denver, but I think he's looking at it like, I can't let this opportunity to get back to the final slip. And I think you're going to see him come out and be super aggressive and try to really dominate the series and, get punch his ticket to the finals.
Superstar Damian Lillard right here with yours truly. Thanks a lot, my man. I appreciate the time.
For sure. Appreciate you having me, bro.
All right. Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming, sports, and premium content, subscribe to ESPN+.